So if you were spending a lot of time working out and trying to build and tone those muscles, then believe it or not, what you eat after that could really make or break the results. In today's Sonoran Living Slim Down segment, Tiffany Backus is going to show us everything that you need to make a muscle building salad, and we'll probably go in and chat a little bit about how important it is with what you eat after you work out.
Right. So when we think about muscle building, there's a few things that you have to take in consideration.
Okay.
Number one, you have to work out your muscles by either doing muscle resistance or weight training.
And we're not talking about like bodybuilding, like I mean, we're just talking about keeping so that you don't have the flab under here.
Any sort of resistant training will actually break down the muscle fibers just a little bit. That's the normal process. But then you need rest and recovery, and also refueling the body as well.
So how soon after you work out should you eat?
Okay, so the studies show that eating a combination of both protein and carbohydrates within 30 minutes after your post-workout exercise is what your body needs to help repair the muscle fibers and refuel the muscles.
Typically after my workout I feel like nauseous. So maybe that's why it's 30 minutes. Just
well,
sort
what
of
exercise you're doing.
End.
Yeah, of course, and it depends on what exercise you're doing, if it's cardio or if it's muscle training. But when you're doing muscle resistant type exercises, you want to make sure you get that protein and carb.
Okay.
So if you look at the salad here, this is a chicken bean quinoa salad that I'm featuring here today. And the chicken is actually the protein source, but you can also swap that out for other different protein sources such as turkey, fish, right? And the other great thing about the salad is that we have quinoa, which is that super grain, the mother grain.
We keep hearing about that one. Let me go back to the chicken here real quick. Did you use olive oil, or what did you use to cook the chicken just to keep it very healthy?
Yeah, well, what I did was I marinated this chicken in a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of different spices and herbs, and then, of course, I just pan-seared it.
Okay.
But you can certainly get your chicken from other sources, too. I mean, you can buy the frozen chicken, which is also very healthy at Trader Joe's or other different supermarkets out there. But, you know, the key thing about this salad, and we mentioned the quinoa, is that it also has protein in it as well, the amino acids.
So that's good for the muscles.
That's great for the muscles.
That continues with all the workout you just did to try to tone the muscles.
Right, that combination of protein and carbs. So
I can't even see it. You can like barely, because you make it and then you just sort of toss it in there?
Exactly, and the recipe is going to be online at abc15.com. But the key thing here is then we got the quinoa, we got the black beans, we've got the corn, we've got all the good healthy vegetables. So again, that combination, as I mentioned, the protein and carbs is what helps refuel the muscles and repair the muscle fibers.
Okay.
But here's the key thing. The winning trifecta of nutrients is the avocado in the salad, which gives you the healthy fat. Right. We need healthy fat.
Healthy fat.
So, yep, it helps satiate the body, helps control the blood sugar. So here's this winning combination of this 3 macronutrients that we talked about. Again, we want a healthy variety of all the different balances of macronutrients.
Right. Now this, the corn and the pepper, that's mainly for taste.
It's more of a starch, and it adds some more flavor and color to the salad as well.
Okay. How do you know how much protein you need?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, every individual is different. So what we're looking for is anywhere between 2 to 4 ounces of protein.
Okay. What do you think this is?
That's about 2 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're looking at anywhere from 2 to 4.
Each meal, you said.
Each meal. So how many meals are you having in a day? You know, of
Today,
course, you have to think about that. Exactly. So maybe it's a little more in that meal if you're only eating maybe 2 or 3 meals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what are some of the examples of other proteins? We've got the chicken.
We've got
quinoa.
Yeah, we've got some protein in there. What about the black beans? I mean, it's a great source of carbohydrates, good fiber, and of course it has some protein in there too.
Refried beans work too? Beans
are
beans?
extra fat there. Yeah, beans are beans. Yeah, kidney beans are good, black beans, pinto beans. So we've got all those beans in there, a good fiber source. Again, that combination of carbs and protein as well.
That's the secret that we need.
Yes.
I don't want to switch total gears, but I'm going to. So this is what you need if you're doing a muscle building diet 30 minutes after. So my guess is there's something different that you want to eat if you're just doing straight cardio, right?
Well, it's a little different, obviously, because your body is utilizing more carbohydrates and fat during a cardio workout rather than when we're doing muscle training exercises.
Okay.
So what happens is after you do a cardio workout, as you mentioned, you feel a little
nauseous.
Nauseous. You may not be like all excited and ready to sit down and eat a big meal.
Right. That's like the last thing that I want to do.
So you actually want to have what we call intuitive eating. So we want to think about, gosh, am I feeling hungry? Am I ready to eat? Or do I need to take a little break? It's always important to refuel the body after you work out.
Because you're just burning it and burning it.
Burning it. So maybe instead of a meal that you're going to sit down after a cardio workout, maybe something that's a little easier to digest.
Like a shake?
Possibly a smoothie or a shake. So we want to make sure that we do have some carbohydrates to refuel the body.
Okay.
But again, it doesn't have to be so heavy that we're looking for if you're not ready to eat that.
And I think a lot of people really need to plan what they're going to eat after their meal.
I think so.
So if you go to your fridge and you know you need to eat something and you're not seeing anything that's healthy, then everything you just did out the window.
And also how much you eat afterwards is also important.
Right.
So studies out there show that, just because you exercise doesn't mean you can go run to the refrigerator and eat a huge giant meal, right? You still want to make sure that you're not eating too much because you don't want to feel too full after just a great workout that you just had.
You rock. High five, girl.
That was
good
fun.
information.
Yes.
I learned something. I love it when I learn something. I know you guys learned something too. All right, so if you want Tiffany to help you out with your nutrition plan, I know it can get a little overwhelming, you can give her a call. The number is right there on your screen.